So every single day since I experienced my first panic attack in 2020,
Mhm.
I got up in the morning and I thought I was going to die. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And I went to every single doctor in my area. I think I went to literally every single one. I don't
Yeah.
know anyone else who went to so many doctors in hospitals. It was just crazy. I was so scared, and they would just tell me, "You're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. No, your heart is fine. Everything's fine." And I would just not accept it, and I would genuinely cry myself to sleep because I was so scared. I was genuinely so scared.
So as you just heard, I have Thehina on the channel. Now, before Thehina shares you her story, I want to give you a little background on her. She joined the mentorship about 2021, so this has been a couple of years. This video is in 2023, and she ended up getting better. And she ended up living her life, and we lost touch. And that typically happens in the mentorship. As people start getting better, they start letting go of the subject of anxiety, and they just focus on life, and as they should. And that's typically what we see. And so we ended up bumping into each other recently, and I just happened to ask and say, hey, would you be actually open to sharing your story? And this is typically how you see a lot of the recovery stories. There are so many people that have recovered, but oftentimes I just don't get them on the channel because realistically, I'm just so busy in the mentorship that I sometimes don't get a chance. But just to show you that there's so many people recovering, and Thehina in particular will really give you some great tips and advice on her healing journey and a lot of the principles that she really embodied to focus on long-term freedom so that this doesn't become a problem again. She's very motivational, very inspirational, and I was so glad that she joined the channel. So let me know what you think in the comments. And without further ado, let's get started. What's up? Welcome to the channel. I have Thehina here, who is in the mentorship, and I've asked her if she could come out and share her story. And Thehina has a pretty amazing story. She did so well that this has been an interview a long time coming, actually. We should have done this a while back, but better late than never. So Thehina, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Sean. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
Very excited.
No, we're glad you're here. So for everyone that's listening, first and foremost, what were your most intense symptoms that you would say when you were in the cycle?
Oh yeah, there were so many, but one of the most intense ones were definitely my heart palpitations.
Mhm.
They scared me so much, and they were there the whole journey till the end. They were there. And I also had really intense butterflies.
Mm.
Like I call them butterflies because they're in my tummy, going a little bit crazy. Yeah, those two were the most intense symptoms I had. And obviously the restlessness, like I couldn't rest at all, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sit still. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That was really debilitating during
Did,
that time.
did you ever feel like there was something like physically wrong with those, like when you were
Yes,
experiencing the symptoms? Yeah.
yes. I was so scared that I was going to have a heart attack. So every single day since I experienced my first panic attack in 2020,
Mhm.
I got up in the morning and I thought I was going to die. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And I went to every single doctor in my area. I think I went to literally every single one. I don't
Yeah.
know anyone else who went to so many doctors in hospitals. It was just crazy. I was so scared, and they would just tell me, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. No, your heart is fine. Everything's fine." And I would just not accept it, and I would genuinely cry myself to sleep because I was so scared. I was genuinely so scared. So that was not a fun thing to go through. No.
That's let's you kind of mentioned it in the beginning. So this all started in 2020. How did all of this start? What ended up happening?
So yeah, so basically what happened at the beginning of 2020, so let's say January, February, I was in the UK visiting my boyfriend. So I'm originally from Germany, but then COVID hit and I had to go back home. And that was definitely a big thing for me. I was so stressed out because I didn't know when I was going to see him again. And then there were also things at home going on, like in my personal life, my family. There were so many stresses. And I didn't even realize there were stresses. Like I was just really stressed out. And because of COVID, I think in the back of my mind, because of all the news and, in the news, they were constantly saying about people dying and everything. For some reason, subconsciously, I was always thinking about dying, and I would just start in my head, I would just constantly think about that. And that definitely brought me to the point where I was, sensitizing my nervous system to the point that I had a panic attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you got that panic attack. You probably didn't know it was a panic attack.
No,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
didn't. And I never experienced it before in my whole life. That's probably the biggest thing about the whole panic attack thing, because if you don't know what's happening to you, it is honestly the most scariest thing. Like, I had my panic attack, I didn't know what it was. And I ran downstairs, I went to my mum and I was crying, and I sat there and I was like, Mum, I'm dying. Mum, I'm dying. What am I supposed to do? So that was like, it was really real for me. It felt really real. It was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, okay, so you had your first panic attack, and then what ended up happening? Like, that's, I'm assuming, why you started going to all the doctors and
Yeah.
your parents.
So I was basically just laying in bed, and my heart was just racing and racing and racing. And I didn't even have heart palpitations at that point. It was just a racing heart. Like, I couldn't calm down. I had so much adrenaline going through my veins.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I have to go to the doctors. The doctors were just like, nah, there's nothing wrong with you. Sorry, go home. I tried that, but I couldn't calm down. I couldn't even like lay on the sofa. It was just crazy. And in my head, I was convinced there was something wrong with my heart. I was just so convinced. And yeah, it just got worse and worse, because I would just stress myself out to the point where all of the symptoms were anxiety, but I had no idea it was anxiety. And that actually went on for months. It all happened in April 2020, and it went on for almost like 9-10 months.
Hmm. Got
It
it.
was
Yeah. And so then when would you say your kind of your recovery journey started?
it started when I started watching your YouTube videos, because for some reason I tried everything and nothing worked. So I was like, okay, let's try and find something online that, will help me to get over this or through this, or even like just get me to a point where I can enjoy my life a little bit more than what I was feeling, because I was suffering, and sometimes the symptoms would be really strong, then other days they weren't. So I was just so confused. So I found your YouTube channel, and I went through literally every single video I could find. I was like, I'm watching it again. And it was just like, it was so helpful.
Yeah.
And I knew at that point that you had a mentorship going on, but I wasn't too sure if all of my symptoms were anxiety. Like, I was like, okay, maybe a little bit of anxiety, but no, surely the symptoms that can't be explained
Yeah.
because of anxiety.
Yeah.
So yeah, then in 2021, I still had all of my symptoms. I did never take any anxiety medications or anything like that, because my doctors were just like, they didn't know what was happening to myself either. Like, they didn't give me anything except for like beta blockers, because of my heart palpitations. I would complain about it so much. But then in March 2021, I was like, I have enough. I want my life back. So I signed up for your mentorship program, and that was genuinely, like, I'm not joking, the best thing I could have ever done in my life. It was so amazing. I made so much progress, and I don't think I don't know how I would, been able to get out of it without that help. I needed that. I really did.
But from my perspective, you did so well. Like,
Mm,
I honestly don't even, I honestly don't even really, I obviously remember you being in the mentorship, but I also don't remember you asking that many questions, because it doesn't feel like that. I'm sure you did, but it was just, you picked it up so quickly. And from my perspective, like, yeah, the ups and downs, but I thought you just did such a good job, like engaging,
mm.
absorbing it, like putting
Yeah.
it into practice. You did a really great job. You really did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, the thing was, for me, it was not, I think what's really important for everyone out there as well, for me, it was not, I couldn't put like a time period on my recovery journey and be like, I need to feel better at that point. That was never the case for me, which I think helped me so much. For
Mhm.
me, it was just, I want to get better. Let's do this. I want to get better. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And, everyone was so great. The mentors were so great. And I really, really enjoyed going on the calls and really learn from every single person that went on there. And it was just so good to be able to ask questions and don't feel crazy or unique. And that's a really important thing I want to say. With anxiety, I know it sounds so strange, but with anxiety, it really doesn't matter what the content is that you're scared of or, fearful or anxious about. It does not matter. For me, what at the beginning, I think I could have even done better at the beginning if I would have just let go of that idea of being unique with my fear.
Yeah.
Being unique about your fear, that's definitely something to avoid, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what it is. It is anxiety, and that is it. And then move forward and do what you taught us to do. And it all goes back to the right response, always. And it's really funny because, what I noticed as well, stress is a normal part of life. But because of what I learned, even now, I can handle it so much better. And it really helps. It's not just about, primarily about anxiety. It just helps you in so many different ways mentally. It's great. It's so good.
How's your life now? Like, what are all the things you're doing right now? We kind of mentioned a little bit before, but just curious. Yeah. How's it all going? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, really good. So back when I fell into the cycle, I was studying still. I have finished studying now, and I have started my full-time job in HR, which I'm really, really, really happy about, because I always wanted to work in HR. That was kind of my career path. So I'm really, really proud of that. And I never thought I would ever be able to work full-time again. I thought I could. I thought I was broken, but no, here we are. And I'm engaged. I'm getting married. I bought my own flat. Things are going really, really well. And it's good. Life is good. And another thing that I like to mention is, you never be able to control what's happening in your life, but the response and how you respond to things, that is what counts. Because if you have that down, to the T, then you'll be able to just face things in life that seem really difficult, but you'll be able to overcome that. And don't fall back into the cycle, because once you're recovered, that you just know what to do. And I feel like that's a really, really important point, because confidence is such a key. Like, at the beginning, when you start to recover, you'll keep asking yourself, am I doing this correctly? Am I doing this right? But no, at some point you just know. And with confidence, honestly, it gets so much easier. It really does.
Yeah.
And now when I face a problem, it's like, you know what? No, this is not gonna affect me as much as 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah.
That's awesome. You've done such a great job. This is so great. And I typically I always end off. It's like, what's the one piece of advice you'd give someone who's really stuck, like how you were a few years ago? You've been giving such great feedback though, but I wanted to give it up to you one more time, because you've been saying so many good things. But yeah, somebody who's watching this, who's stuck right now, the thick of it, what would you tell them?
Well, first of all, trust the journey. It's not going to happen overnight. That's really important. I'm sorry, but this is just the realistic point. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a journey. It's a process. But also the second thing is, I mentioned that before, don't feel like you're unique or special, or your problem is different. It's all anxiety. The mechanism that's happening in your body is the same that is happening for someone else, who thinks he has a different fear or whatever. No, you're not unique. And also, you can do it. Build up that confidence. You can do it, because once you can get through this, I'm not going to say life gets easy, but so much more enjoyable, because you know what you're capable of. And that's really something I just want to say. And hopefully I can encourage those people who feel stuck, just trust the journey, trust the process.
That's awesome, Thehina. I'm so glad we got to connect. I'm so glad everything's going so well, and really appreciate you hopping on this channel and sharing. It's definitely going to be a great inspiration. It's great to hear you talk, and it's you're very natural at it. It's great.
So, congrats. No, and don't get stuck on any symptoms. I used to do that a lot. I have this symptom, someone else has this. symptom, maybe it's not the same. No, don't do that. No, don't. No, just keep going. It doesn't matter which symptom it is. It doesn't matter which thought it is. It is all anxiety, and your job is to desensitize your nervous system. And with the mentors, you get there step by step. It's gonna be a good journey.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, this is great. It was awesome. It was so much fun. Appreciate it. I hope everybody got some value out of it. Thehina, thank you again for
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, my pleasure. I mean, seeing you get better, seeing people get better. I mean, it's a dream come true. That's exactly why we're doing it. So hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.